G'day guys, War of Oz here with you for a very quick look at my brand new NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Traag and Granitor figure set. So yeah, I'm just going to give you a very quick look at this before I rip them open and show you what the figures look like in hand. So these are the cartoon versions of the Rock Soldiers from Dimension X. So Krang's Soldiers, General Traag, and Granitor. So yeah, let's have a quick look at the side. There's just a nice little picture of Granitor. The back, just a bit of a rundown on who each of the soldiers are and who else is also available or coming very soon. I believe they've all been released as at the time of this review. And last but not least, there's General Traag himself. So there we are. This box is pretty hefty. These figures must be pretty solid. So yeah, really looking forward to ripping these out and adding them into my display. But let's get on with the review. So here we go, guys. We've got General Traag and Granitor free of their cardboard and plastic prison, and we get to have a good look at these figures and the accessories that they come with, which, to be honest, are kind of cool, but not exactly very many. I might as well go through the accessories really quickly. Let's have the first cool thing we've got is we've got these little wanted posters. So obviously for the neutrinos, these are kind of cool. So they're just little sort of see-through plastic. You know what I mean? So they're quite nice. Then we'll have a look at, it's got Krang. It's just not showing up really well. There we go. Oh, so that's kind of cool. That's neat. So Traag can have that. Looks like a little mutagen canister, which doesn't really fit in their hands. I mean, you could probably force it in, but I'm not real big on that. And we've got just the two guns, just two little sort of pistols, which I would have liked. Well, they both have holsters for them, and they both fit in quite snugly. Would have liked to have seen a battle rifle or something like that, or just maybe a couple more guns. Anyway, let's get in and have a look at the figures themselves. So here's Traag, guys. He looks very good in his sort of cartoon format. Looks very, very different, obviously, to the original Ninja Turtles action figure, which looked nothing like the Traag figure from the cartoon. Anyway, let's have a look at a bit of his posability. Well, first of all, I just want to say the head sculpt looks fantastic. And the paint job, well, the paint job isn't crash hot. It looks pretty good, but it just seems to be a little bit of, I don't know, in the molding, it's a bit hard to bring up on the camera. You can probably see a little bit there. It just seems to be a little bit in the sculpt. I don't know, a little bit of a bubble in the helmet there. But other than that, the sculpting looks fantastic, and the actual sort of texture to his skin feels really, really good. It's got a real, almost a rubbery kind of textured feel to it. Feels really weird, but yeah, it's really cool. So he's a very hefty figure, very solid. As you can tell from here, he's very sort of top heavy. So you've got to be very careful how to display him. His feet have obviously got to be displayed quite outwards, or he will just topple over. But anyway, let's have a look at a bit of posability. So the head gets a full 360 rotation, a little bit of up and down movement, which is really good. Moving on to his arms, quite tight as most NECA figures. You've got to be very careful. That's about the most I can get. I'm not going to push it anymore. The cool thing is he has, it's hard to tell there, but there's actually double joint in the elbow, just to give it almost a 90-degree elbow move. He's got full 360 with the hands, which are fantastic. And of course, well, you can move around from the elbow. The forearm there can move 360. And you can get the arm all the way around, despite these little rock bits here protruding from his shoulders. I'm really impressed with this sculpt, by the way. He does have no ab crunch, but there is, as you can tell, sort of abs there. His legs, well, you don't get a lot of movement from his legs. And his knees, again, very minimal from his knees. You can have a look in the back there. You can see the joint right there. But he does get a full 360. And also, which is kind of cool, his boot has a little bit of lateral movement, which you will need, because to set him up, you'll need to sort of play around with him a bit. As I said, the paint job is pretty good. It's a cartoony kind of look to the figure. See, there's already the weight. I turned him over. The weight's trying to pull him down, but he looks fantastic. I'm really a huge fan of this. I always liked General Traag. I really enjoyed the actual first figure that we got in the way back in the late 80s, early 90s. Even though it looked nothing like the Traag of the cartoon, I still really like it. And I'm really, really digging on this figure. So, and of course, he's got his laser pistol in holstered, nice and snug. No dramas with that coming in and out. So, yeah, General Traag, really big fan of this already. Apart from that little blemish on top of the helmet there, that little bubble. But love the size, love the weight, love the heft, and great figure. So now let's check out Granitor. And here we have Granitor. And once again, really awesome looking figure. The colors are really good. The paint job looks really cartoony. I love these sort of, the different shades of, well, different shades of grey. But yeah, he looks really, really cool. So, and I must admit, NECA could have been a bit lazy and just gone pretty much with another General Traag kind of looking figure and used a lot of the same sculpting. But, I mean, there are obviously a few bits that are still the same. But just these added bits up here. And the shoulders, you can see the shoulder ball joints are here and here. So it gives you a different kind of look. And he does get some cooler sort of possible movements. So again, you get the full 360. Same sort of with the double joint. So these are obviously same sort of tooling. And 360 at the wrist. And a little bit more movement at the waist, sort of at the sort of through the chest and ab crunch there. No real forward movement. There's a little bit of movement. He's a lot looser than Traag, as you can see, which is probably my one gripe with him. And this sort of weirdness with the neck, which is a bit hard to see, but it's basically a big cavity and just a long neck. So this does allow you to move his neck a lot more. But again, 360 around, and he's got a lot of movement with the head. And again, the legs have the same issue as Traag. Very minimal sort of movement in the bend. So you've just got to be really careful with how you display him he's already gone over several times. So he's a little bit more difficult to pose due to his top heavy. But the sculpt looks fantastic. Both the figures, Traag and Granitor. And of course, here's his gun, which slots in nicely. Again, just here. So here we are, guys. There we have Traag and Granitor from NECA. Fantastic set. I picked them up. Well, they're going for around about the $120 mark here in Australia. They are well worth picking up. If you are into the old school Ninja Turtles cartoon figures like I am, definitely pick these guys up. They're going to look fantastic with Krang, especially when his android body comes through. It's going to look brilliant. Yeah, NECA's got some really exciting stuff coming out soon. So keep checking their website. Keep checking NECA's official website, their Facebook and their Instagram. They're really up to date on stuff, and they've got some fantastic Ninja Turtle stuff coming out. So let me know in the comments, guys. Do you guys like these characters? Are you fans of the Turtles? Who's your favorite turtle? Mine's Raphael. So, and has been since I was a kid. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this really quick look review of these awesome Ninja Turtle figures. Anyway, have a great day.